Hello everyone. In this lecture I am going to talk about treatment strategies for effluent generated by iron and steel industries. This is the part 2 and in the earlier part 1 I described the various operations that are carried out in iron and steel industries that causes the generation of extremely hazardous effluent, and also I described the impact of such kind of effluent on the environment when discharged into the water bodies as such. Thus, it is needed to appropriately treat the effluent coming from these industries. Now, for the treatment, the various methods that are used, I am going to describe all these methods in this video. Treatment stages for wastewater. Now, there are four main stages of wastewater treatment process, and these are preliminary treatment, primary treatment. These both treatments are also called as solid removal stages because here small or large size solids that are present in the water, these are removed. Next is secondary treatment. Secondary treatment is also termed as bacterial decomposition stage because here bacteria decompose all the biodegradable organic compounds that are present in the wastewater. Next is tertiary treatment. This is also termed as extrafiltration because in it water passes from very fine filters so that any impurity that is remaining in water can be separated out. Besides that, after that whole treatment, disinfection is also carried out to kill all the microorganisms that are present in the wastewater. Treatment stages for wastewater. Now let's understand what happens in different stages. First one is preliminary treatment. Preliminary treatment is performed by screening. Screening the wastewater through the screens which retain the large objects which are present in the wastewater. Primary treatment. In primary treatment, remaining large objects that are present in the wastewater are removed mainly by the bar screens, grit removal screens. Oil and grease are removed by oil skimmers. Aerators bring about aeration. Aeration brings water in close contact with the air, which expels out the harmful dissolved gases like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide in the wastewater, and also expels out the volatile chemicals that are present in the wastewater. Now primary clarification is carried out, and this is done in large circular tanks which are called as clarifiers. Clarifiers ultimately uh, separate the wastewater from the sludge. The sludge is the material that settle down at the bottom, and after primary clarification, the sludge that settle down, this is termed as primary sludge. Now secondary treatment. Secondary treatment for the iron and steel plants can be carried out by trickling filters or by the use of activated sludge process. Mostly activated sludge process is used, and in this method the bacteria decompose all the biodegradable organic compounds that are present in the wastewater and all that. Thereafter, secondary clarification is carried out, and secondary clarifiers allows the separation of the water from the aeration tanks. Thickeners remove the water from the sludge so that the volume of the sludge reduced to great extent. Dissolved air flotation units. These units dissolve air into the water under pressure. With air bubbles, suspended solids float over the surface, and thereafter these are removed by the use of skimmers. And tertiary treatment is the final filtration treatment, and here media filtration can be carried out in which media bed is used that is made up of either charcoal, sand, gravel and all that. When water ultimately filtered out from that bed, it becomes pure. Activated carbon purification is also used. Here activated carbon uh, absorb the various impurities if present in the water after the treatment onto their surface. Mainly it absorb the organic compounds which are present in the water. Media membrane based purification. In that case, different membrane technologies are used, like ultrafiltration, reverse osmosis, electrodialysis, and all that. Membrane bioreactors are used. Membrane bioreactors are the combination of the membrane technology, like ultrafiltration, microfiltration filtration with the activated sludge process. Thus, membrane bioreactors are the combination of these two. Ozonization. After the filtration, the disinfection is carried out. That may be carried out by ozone, by chlorine treatment, or by UV treatment, and all that. And that disinfection treatment ultimately kills all the microorganisms which are present in the wastewater. So in this way, these all treatment methods are carried out to purify the wastewater generated by iron and steel industries. So let's discuss all these methods in detail. Preliminary treatment. Here the preliminary treatment is done by the use of screening. Here the incoming water passes through the screening equipment, where the large objects which are present in the wastewater are retained, and these large objects are finally washed, pressed, and disposed of at the in a landfill or any other site. And that screening is mostly done by the use of bar screens, and these bar screens can be used manually as well as automatically. That means all the material that gets retained over the screens, that can be removed manually as well as automatically. And thus bar screens remove all the suspended solids, large size solids which are present in the wastewater. Primary treatment. Primary treatment is mainly done for the purposes like removal of the suspended solids that are present in the wastewater after passing through the preliminary treatment. Removal or collection of the oil, equalization of the flow, and that equalization of the flow prevents forcing out the solids and the organic material that are present in the wastewater out of the treatment. That means all the solids and organic material should be passed through the treatment process so that they can be efficiently removed out. But when to prevent their passing out through the treatment stages very fastly, equalization is necessary, and that is performed in the primary treatment. For the oxygen transfer, because oxygen transfer expel out the harmful gases which are present in the wastewater and also expels out the volatile compounds which are present in the wastewater. And the equipments that are used for carrying out the primary treatment are bar screens, grit removal screens, skimmers, and oil separators and aerators. Bar screen and grit removal screen. These both kinds of screens are used for the removal of suspended particles in the wastewater, and these comes in different pore sizes. These may be of very fine size, that is pore size is very small, may be large, and ultimately uh, they remove out all the suspended particles of different sizes from the wastewater. And these screens are available in made up of different materials. Generally these are made up of steel, and these materials make their handling easy, and also they have fixing arrangements are also there so that these can be operated very easily. And these are available both in manual as well as in as well as automatic, so that these the materials that get settled down on the surface of the screens, that can be removed out manually as well as automatically. Oil skimmers and separators. These are used for the separation of oil or grease from the wastewater, and these are available manually operated as well as automatically operated. And this is an inexpensive method that separates the oil and grease due to their low density in comparison to water. As a result, these materials float over the surface from where these are skimmed off and sent to the digesters along with the settled materials. In this way, oil skimmers and separators separates the floating oil and grease from the wastewater. Aerators. Aerators perform aeration, which bring water in close contact with air, and thus exchange of gases takes place between water and atmosphere. Oxygen gets dissolved to water and expel out the dissolved gases that are present in the wastewater, such as carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and besides that, volatile chemicals that are present in the industrial wastewater also expels out. Aeration also helps to remove the dissolved metals through oxidation, such as iron, manganese, and once oxidized, these get precipitate out and are removed easily by filtration and flotation. And these all tasks reduce the chemical oxygen demand as well as biological oxygen demand of the wastewater. And there are different kinds of aerators are available, like floating aerators, fixed aerators, diffused aerators, spray aerators, and all that. Clarifiers or primary settling pits. Clarification or the process of separation of wastewater from sludge is done in large tanks, and these large sized tanks are termed as clarifiers. Clarification is done with or without chemicals. If particles are of very small size, then chemicals bring these small particles together to form aggregates, which finally settle down at the bottom due to their large size and weight. In this way, chemicals assist the settling of solid materials, and the settled material here is termed as primary sludge. And as far as iron and steel industry is concerned, here in the iron and steel industry, a process is done. This process is termed as casting of pig iron, and in this process pig iron is converted into cast iron, and here a lot of water is utilized. This water is sprayed on the molds of the pig casting machine. This water contains solid particles such as scales, sand, which have high settling velocity, and such type of water is directly sent to settling pits or large tanks so that solids get settled down and can be removed easily. Secondary treatment. Secondary treatment is the biological treatment of the wastewater in which microorganisms or bacteria specially degrade the organic compounds that are present in the water. And here, after carrying out the biological treatment, clarification is done, and here clarification can be done by the use of chemicals or without chemicals. And biological treatment is usually in the case of iron and steel industry. It is carried out by activated sludge process, and trickling filters method is also used, and clarification is done by the use of clarifiers, and the sludge that settle down, that is thickened by the thickeners, and dissolved air flotation units are also used to bring the suspended particles or solid particles in the wastewater to the top so that they can be easily skimmed out. So thus secondary treatment is carried out by the use of bacteria. Bacteria brings the degradation of the organic compounds that are present in the wastewater, and thereafter all the sludge is settled down at the bottom, and that sludge is termed as secondary sludge, and that is removed out or pumped out from the bottom, and and clear water is decanted from the up from the top. Biological treatment. Biological treatment can be carried out by different methods like activated sludge process, trickling filters, rotating drum filters, and all that. But mostly the method that is used for iron and steel industries is activated sludge process. And in that activated sludge process, an aeration system is used, and in which a mass of microorganisms in the form of suspended solids, this which is called as activated sludge, and this activated sludge is supplied with oxygen, which enable to reduce the biologically degradable constituents which are present in the wastewater. That means the microbes that are present, that are activated by supplying oxygen, and microbes degrade the organic compounds which are present in the wastewater in the presence of oxygen, and the requirement of oxygen is mostly supplied either by the mechanical surface aerators, or by diffusion of the air bubbles through the tank, or by the use of submerged turbine mixtures. The treated water overflows the basin and basin to a clarifier, and in the clarifier clarification process is done, and the sludge that settle down at the bottom, this is termed as secondary sludge, and that is clarified by the use of clarifiers. Now, this biological oxidation process is used in iron and steel industries, and here mostly the coke oven byproduct plant discharge wastewater, and that wastewater is treated biochemically, and these wastewaters actually contains a lot of phenol, cyanide, thiocyanate, ammonia, and also other organic compounds. And these organic compounds are degraded by the microorganisms finally to simple substances in the presence of oxygen in the activated sludge process. And these effluent treatment plants where that effluent is treated is termed as biochemical oxidation or and dephenolization plant, because here phenol is also removed, so this is also called as dephenolization plants or BOD plants. And the performance of these BOD plants depends upon their proper design, inlet concentration of pollutants, type of treatment units, operation and maintenance, and availability of trained manpower. Clarifiers or clariflocculators. After carrying out the biological treatment, sedimentation tanks called secondary clarifiers are used, and these clarifiers remove the flocks of bacterial growth. And here coagulation takes place, followed by flocculation and sedimentation, and these clarification can be done with or without the use of chemical additions. And the when this is you when chemicals are used, here are some of the examples like calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, potassium, magnesium salts. These are the some commonly used chemical flocculants, and these that clarification process reduce the turbidity, total suspended solids, total dissolved solids, hardness of the water, and all the other different kinds of impurities that remain into the water after carrying out the biological treatment. And these also remove the emulsified oils that are present in cold rolling mill residues in the case of iron and steel industries, and these also precipitate out the heavy metal residues that are present in the wastewater. Thickener. This is the very powerful technology that is used for handling high suspended solids in the case of iron and steel industries. Here the thickening device is used that thickened out the secondary sludge that left over after the carrying out the activated sludge process. That means after the activated sludge process, the sludge that settle down at the bottom, this is termed as secondary sludge, and that sludge is thickened by the use of that thickening device, and that increases the solid content of the sludge and reduce the volume of the free water in it. And here the use of thickener in steel making. In the electric arc furnace process, the collected gases are ducted to the baghouse or wet scrubber, and here the water is used for cooling the furnace and certain components of the electric gear. This water leaves the furnace at very high temperature, and that water also contains suspended solids, and the size of these solids are generally range from 1000 to 5000 milligram per liter, and this water is directly piped to thickeners where these suspended solids settle down and clean water is recycled from there. Thus, these thickeners are widely used in the steel making process, and here this is the step in which their thickeners are used. Dissolved air flotation units. These dissolved air flotation units dissolve the air into the wastewater under pressure, and as a result air bubbles rises above the water, and these air bubbles while rising absorb the suspended solid particles which are present in the wastewater, and thus bring these suspended solids over the surface of the water, and which are then removed by the help of skimmers or pumped out with the help of skimmers, and that process reduce the chemical oxygen demand, biological oxygen demand, suspended solids in the water, oil and grease, metals, volatile organic compounds of the wastewater. Advantages of dissolved air flotation systems. They reduce the COD, BOD, volatile organic compounds, oil, grease, suspended solids from the wastewater to a great extent. They require very little maintenance. There are wide range of designs are available of these systems. They require less operational cost, low capital investment, and all that. Tertiary treatment. Tertiary treatment is almost the final stage of treatment of effluent. This is also termed as advanced treatment. And after and the method that is used for carrying out the tertiary treatment, that depends upon the nature of the effluent or the quality of the effluent, and after carrying out the tertiary treatment water becomes clear, or it becomes pure, and it can be safely discharged into the water bodies, or it can be reused for carrying out other processes. And the common ways for treating the water or treating the effluent in that by the use of tertiary treatment are media filtration, activated carbon adsorption, membrane based purification, membrane bioreactors, and this last stage is ozonization. This is a disinfection process, and mostly these are the different treatment methods are used in the case of iron and steel industries for carrying out the tertiary treatment of the effluent. Media filtration. After carrying out the secondary treatment, even if suspended solids are present in the water or water is turbid, then these suspended solids can be removed by media filtration. And here water is passed through porous media bed. A media bed of different types that are used generally are made up of sand, gravel, charcoal and all that. Activated carbon adsorption. Adsorption is the process of binding something on the surface. There are certain substances which have a tendency to bind the substances which are present in a solution to onto their own surface, and such type of substances are termed as adsorbents. Most commonly used adsorbent is activated carbon because it has a tendency to adsorb a wide variety of organic compounds on its surface. So it is most widely used for the treatment of wastewater, and it is also economically feasible to use that activated carbon for the adsorption purpose. In industries for the wastewater treatment, that activated carbon is widely used and it adsorbs toxic organic compounds on its surface. And here are the applications of that activated carbon adsorption in the case of iron and steel industries. And these are uh, the wastewater that get discharged from coke oven and byproduct plant contain phenol in trace amounts, and this is removed by the use of granulated carbon. And this granulated carbon can also be used for applying to undiluted effluent coming from ammonia still. Ammonia still is used for extracting ammonia from the ammoniacal liquor. Besides that, this is also used for treating the undiluted effluent coming from a final cooler blown down light oil decanter liquor, fractional iron condensate, etc. And these all effluents can be used as such without any biological treatment or without any prior biological treatment. In addition, all kinds of effluents that are coming from iron and steel industries can be uh, treated with granulated carbon, even without the treatment, without the biological treatment. And even the diluted effluents can also be treated with that granulated carbon. Thus we can say that carbon treatment is can be used either as an alternative to biological treatment. Membrane process or membrane technology. This is the technology which use the semi-permeable membrane to remove various kinds of wastes that are present in the wastewater. Now the membrane processes that are used, these are of different types and these differ from each other on the basis of driving force and separation mechanism. So there are these different methods are ultrafiltration, that is filtration under pressure, nanofiltration, filter out the nano-sized suspended solids from the wastewater, reverse osmosis. Here the force is in the reverse direction that of osmotic pressure, and forward osmosis, here the force is in the direction of osmosis. So these all are the membrane technologies which remove out the suspended solids mainly from the wastewater that remains even after carrying out the secondary treatment. Next is membrane bioreactor. Membrane bioreactor is the combination of membrane process, that is maybe microfiltration, ultrafiltration, and the activated sludge process. In the conventional activated sludge process, after the aeration tank, settler tank is used, but in membrane bioreactor, in place of settler tank, membrane filtration system is used, and the advantage of using that filtration system is that it can handle higher level of suspended solids that are present in wastewater as compared to the conventional activated sludge process. Now, after carrying out the tertiary treatment, the next is the disinfection of the wastewater. And this disinfection of the wastewater is carried out by various agents like chlorine, UV, and here in the case of iron and steel industries, mostly ozone is used. That ozone destroy the microorganisms that are present in the wastewater, and ozone gas for carrying out that process is formed by passing oxygen through the high voltage electric field. So in this way ozone is generated and is used as a disinfectant, and that disinfectant destroy all the microorganisms that are present in the wastewater and make the water microbes free. The references for this presentation are these. Thank you.